50% goes into your bank account, 50% you can do whatever. So like I've literally developed the habit since I was a kid to save money. And then when I turned 18, I started investing.
Hello and welcome to the live screening of Two Black Women. It's your girl, Simi Shalabo, and I'm not only on your waves, but I'm also on your screens. Hello and welcome to another live podcast of Two Black Women. As you know, this whole season is about women that inspire me. Women that make me think that the world could be bigger, that I can dream bigger. And the person I'm going to introduce you to today is no different. Her nickname is actually The Resource. And it's not a word of a lie. She will get your whole life together. You want to know about finances? She'll get your life together. You want to know about skincare? She'll get your life together. You want to learn what is poppin' this season? She'll let you know. On the Oscars or Grammys, you better be following her. Would you wear this or not? Like, Reni's Instagram, YouTube, anything she creates is something you want to watch, because if you need the tea, she has the tea. But today she's going to talk to us about something she loves talking about, and I love talking about, but has been a very interesting topic. We're going to talk about how to get the bag, secure the bag, and keep the bag. So, Reni, hi.
Hi, thank you for having me. Thanks for that introduction.
Okay, so how did you kind of get into financing? How did you kind of get into like making it something that you are like thoughtful about and like invest time into?
Yeah, I got into it because my parents have been talking to me about it since I was literally born. The day I was born, I swear they were talking about it from then. But when I was 4 years old, I opened my first bank account, and like anytime uncles or aunties would give me money, they would be like, 50% goes into your bank account, 50% you can do whatever. So like I've literally developed the habit since I was a kid to save money. And then when I turned 18, I started investing, and it bought me my house. So yeah, that's why I'm comfortable, and I love to share it with other Black and brown people so we can all secure the bag together.
You're going to secure this bag. And okay, so one thing that I love about the idea of securing the bag is it isn't just for me. Mm-hmm. It's for the next generation. Right. And so your parents are like my parents, and that's kind of how we know each other. Yep. Nigerian connections, connecting. But my parents always made it so important that like I needed to know how money could be used to like help me, but also the next generation. So what's your mindset around saving, investing, and kind of thinking about getting ready for like the next generation?
Yeah, I really think that it's just an important thing for everyone to do, no matter what level of financial literacy you have. You need to at least start saving. And then I think investing is a way to make your money work for you, which is something that I highly recommend, because no one's trying to work for money for the rest of their life, you know? I'm not trying to work for money for the rest of their life. I'm trying to make my money work for me. So yeah, that's my approach to it and my mindset around it.
I'm trying to retire at like 40.
Literally.
I'm just trying to see what the retirement life looks like at 40.
Trust me. Yeah.
So we got the opportunity. We got the opportunity to learn from our parents.
Yes.
But not everyone. I didn't know that actually.
What, that my parents?
No, that people didn't have that like financial literacy.
Same, until I got to university and my friends were like spending on their credit cards, and they had no idea that you have to pay more than the minimum balance, or pay the full thing off actually.
I was actually talking to somebody about that. So people were like, oh, all I have to do is pay the minimum. I was like,
honey,
we don't have to live like that.
Yeah, trust me. Just like you, I thought everyone was financially literate just like us. So
I did. Yeah. I was like, okay, like, savings, like, this money's not yours. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So what's sort of the first tip you tell somebody when they're like not financially literate at all? Like, baby steps, walking them kind of through, because everyone's asking you.
Yeah, I know everyone, and I'm like, oh God, I'm not the guru or anything. I just know a 1-2 thing. But what I tell them is start with budgeting, because I think that's the very, very basics of financial literacy. I tell everyone, like, you need to know what's coming into your account and what's going out of your account each month. I remember when I first started budgeting, I realized I spent so much money on food every single month, and it's like the math's not mathing, you know?
The math's not mathing.
It's not mathing. Like, the amount that was coming in was just, the amount that was going out was just way too much compared to what was coming in. So yeah, I had to readjust. I always tell someone who's starting off, like, start with tracking your expenses, tracking your income, and then you can see that maybe you need to cut down in one area. You spend a little too much on online shopping when your income does not match that, you know?
Why are you so loud? I like my food. I like my 1-2 shopping. But one thing that I have have started to do is if I want something, like let's say I want a new wig, I have a wig savings account.
Exactly. I have one too.
Right? Because you have to. My favorite thing that I do for myself is like, when I'm broke, I'm not broke. When I'm broke, I have a savings account that I haven't touched over
Facts.
here. A TFSA, that's for the Canadians. We can get into that one later on over here. And it's kind of like so many times I talk to people and they're like, this is the money I have coming in. This is the money I can spend. And it's like, no.
Yeah. A lot of people don't allocate their money. It's just like, oh, I've paid my rent, so the rest of the money is for whatever I want. I'm like, no, honey, you need to save for the future. You need to invest for the future. But yeah, they'll get there slowly but surely.
One of the things that I love that you do is every year in the beginning of Instagram, I haven't participated because I've been a student. There's no money coming in. But one thing that you do is every week you have a whole sheet and you're like, if you save this much a week, by the end of the year, you have this much money.
Exactly.
So it's like that delayed gratification.
Yes, and people have been following it. I'm so surprised, but like people have told me they've saved already $5,000 this year, and they've never saved in their life. So this is a big deal for them. And I'm like, that makes me feel good, you know?
Reni, when I start getting paychecks, keep me accountable. Like, don't let me be out here just gallivanting, spending money.
Those lawyer paychecks.
So when the... Please, God, I just want to see a lawyer paycheck. Maybe one, two.
Coming soon.
Yes. Loading.
Yes,
loading.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this last question.
Okay.
First of all, people need to follow you on YouTube.
You do.
People need to follow you on Instagram. We're going to do that at the end because they need to get more from you. Mm-hmm. But if you could go back and tell your younger self something, or maybe not your younger self, but like maybe a friend that you've seen who's like in a financially different situation and you could have told them a piece of advice earlier so they weren't making these mistakes, what would it be? Maybe one or two, because you got them all.
Yeah, I guess there are a lot. The first, I think credit is a big thing that people don't understand. So for anyone who may not understand about credit, I would say go back and learn, understand what a credit card is before you ever get one. Because my parents told me about how you actually use a credit card before I ever got one, and that allowed me to, be wise with my credit card when I actually got one. And the second thing I would say is, when you turn 18, start making your money work for you instead of just working for money. So start investing, get an investment account, open your TFSA if you're in Canada, open your Roth IRA if you're in the States. There are different accounts that you can open and they allow your money to go tax-free, and it allows you to maybe purchase a house one day without actually having to save the money in order to purchase your house, because you can't really save yourself to wealth. It's kind of impossible. So yeah, those are 2 tips that I would give my younger self.
I'm so sorry. Before you even leave, you can't save yourself to wealth.
You can't.
Explain that, because I loved it. It sounded good, but explain that. You can't save yourself to wealth.
Yeah, when you're saving, your money is growing at such a slow rate. It's like 1%. If it's in a high interest savings account, it's about 1% it's growing a year. So there's literally no way, inflation is more than that. So your money is losing value if it's in that account. So with investing in the stock market, your money goes on average 8% a year. So your money's growing for you instead of just sitting and actually losing money in a savings account. So yeah, I would say make your money work for you instead of working for money for the rest of your life.
I love that tip, because so many people at this time are trying to figure out different streams of income.
Yes.
One of the streams of income is the stock market, but so many of us don't even understand it.
Yes.
We're not even going to get into that.
That's a long conversation.
Because you got videos on it that I have watched, that we are watching. And so I just want to encourage you. I just want to encourage people, you, not you. I want to encourage you to connect with Reni. Reni, tell them how they can connect with you, actually.
Okay, so you can connect with me on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Instagram at XOReni. That's XORENI.
So right now, as we end, I want to talk to you about finances forever. There's so much.
It could be a long conversation.
Honestly, we have more. We have more seasons. We'll touch on more things.
Two black women.
That's all we got is 2 black women. Trying to get people to get the bag and secure the bag. So I just want to let you guys know that we are thinking about you, loving on you, praying for you. We are excited to see what we can do, building generational wealth, getting the bag, securing the bag, and just come on board. Follow Reni. She's teaching me more than I ever knew before. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Bye.